these days, considering you're only going to be playing in April, according to your tour?
Catching up on my home life, tying up a lot of loose ends. This morning I had my car in the shop, trying to fix a problem that's been ongoing for the last 4 months because I'm always on the road and can't fix it. So all those types of things that you that fall through the cracks when you're traveling all the time, and just enjoying being home.
Because I'm sure being on the road all the time, with Billy Talent, the band, you guys are always, so busy doing interviews like this.
Well, there's a lot of downtime too, but it's like downtime where you can't accomplish anything, So, but being on the road, it has its exhausting moments.
So April 15th, you're coming to Halifax, the Cunnard Centre with Alexisonfire. You guys got a great set list aligned, going with, the brand new single, Saint Veronica. Anything else?
That's true.
Anything else we can expect that might be different for this show?
Well, we've been playing songs off of all 3 records. You never know when something spontaneous could happen, but generally we have our show with the I don't know, the 18 songs or something that we've been playing, and then with Alexisonfire and Cancer Bats opening, it's just been an awesome night. Sometimes there's like guest vocals or something like that, but all that kind of is spontaneous.
Would you say there's much surprises with the set list sometimes? Do you throw in extras night per night?
Generally, we try and figure out what works the best, and kind of stick to that, because a show works better, I think, when it's kind of planned. But spontaneity there's always room for spontaneity, and that's something that we've always left open, keep an open mind for.
Now, Jonathan, when you wrote the song "Devil on My Shoulder," how long did it take you to come up with that brilliant, chorus and stuff like that? Was it a quick and simple song to do?
Well, Ian was kind of working on some of those riffs for a little while, like that opening guitar riff he had written on the tour bus one day, and he was working on that for a while, and then kind of was feeling a little Rage Against the Machine inspired, and that's where the chorus guitar part came from. And I remember being in the rehearsal studio, just him and I, and he was showing me some of the parts he had come up with. And it was pouring rain outside, and there was big puddles of mud everywhere. And he went to Tim Hortons and walked back, and he said, "I thought of a great melody for this chorus for the song." And he was singing, "The rain is spilling over," over and over. And so I thought, wow, that's really, really great. And then he sat down with Ben when it was time to write lyrics, and Ben really didn't like that line too much, and they'd come up with the "Devil on My Shoulder" line instead. And that's kind of the genesis of the song.
You guys, when you're on tour, do you bring a portable recorder just in case you guys got ideas and stuff like that?
Yeah, pretty standard inside computers these days,
Most likely with a laptop probably nowadays.
Yeah.
Now, you guys beat Michael Jackson in July to get #1 on billboards. What do you think of that accomplishment?
That's ridiculous. Funny. Well, what also was funny about that is in Europe and stuff like that, when our album came out, we ended up #2 to Michael Jackson, and the record label was disappointed. So, yeah, whatever. We don't really care about that kind of stuff.
For your bass gear and stuff, what do you use?
I use Ernie Ball Music Man, Stingray bass, and an SVT VR Ampeg head.
Now, for recording and going live, is it basically the same setups you're using, like the whole band also?
There's different varieties. Like, we use different guitars for different sounds and stuff like that, but generally it's pretty close.
So basically live you guys get almost the same equipment going on that stage. And is it your own equipment or is it rented gear,
It's our own, well, depending where we are, and some backline can be can be rented, but most of our stuff is, you know, what we would use in the studio, except for some vintage guitars and things like that. But in terms of bass gear, it's pretty much the same. You know, there's always the beautiful thing about the studio is that you can refine the tones, right? So there's always little extras you do in the studio that you don't do live, but it's subtleties.
Now in June you're going overseas. You're selling lots of records in the overseas market. How long are you guys going to be playing from June?
We'll be there for on two separate occasions over the summer. One's in June and one's in August.
Is there any possible dates in United States of America for Billy Talent?
I think we're done on this record. We did 2 tours in the States, so I don't see us going back on this record.
You know, you're doing lots of videos and stuff. YouTube, you think is the way to go nowadays? I mean, you're selling much music and stuff, but YouTube has a whole different aspect with the audience. What do you think of that?
Oh, I think YouTube is just another tool for people to discover music. Much music doesn't really play much videos anymore, so if you want to see videos, I think most people tune into some online communities like YouTube or whatever. It's great.
Do you spend much time online yourself?
Oh yeah, you know, I'm like everybody else every single day.
What would we find in your record collection?
What wouldn't you find in my record collection? I don't really discriminate when it comes to music. I got everything from Willie Nelson to Ministry, you know, whatever. You could even find Sonny's Dream on my iTunes.
Outside of Billy Talent, do you work in music also sometimes? Help other people record and stuff?
No, I'm pretty much just dedicated to my band. Don't have time for much else.
In April, you'll be starting with Billy Talent again to play tours and stuff?
Yeah, well, we got the Halifax show and the Junos, and then we're taking a break up until June.
Well, Jonathan, it's been a pleasure talking to you. And
all right,
get out
man.
of this, man. And look forward to seeing you in Halifax.
Me too. I'm going to maybe make a trip down to the lower deck. Be a little touristy. Okay, man.